Greetings to our viewing audience and welcome to the winter season premiere of History of Black Gay America. Happy New Year and Happy New Decade to our viewing audience, and welcome to a new season and a new episode of History of Black Gay America, where we encourage you to know your history and know your heritage. Don't forget to follow us on social media at History BLKGAYUSA, as well as our official website, which is blackgayusa.meakproductions.com. All of that information should be located at the bottom of your screen. We're actually live in the ATL near the Atlanta airport. We're at the annual NAESM National Leadership Conference that they have every year, and this year NAESM is celebrating their 30th anniversary, and we are very excited to be capturing this on television right now for historic reasons, okay, so that you can know the history about what goes on in the nation's Black LGBT movement. And I am so excited, you all. We have a lot of events that we're going to be featuring throughout this episode, as well as a lot of guest interviews as well. There's so many events that's happening right here on this MLK holiday weekend, so please stay tuned for more as we get ready to show you what's in store for 2020 and beyond. Stay tuned.
Greetings, this is Angela Hutchins, the First Lady of History of Black Gay America, Atlanta chapter, encouraging you to know your history and know your heritage. Stay tuned for more empowering interviews after this break.
Greetings again to our viewing audience, and welcome back to our winter season premiere of History of Black Gay America, where we encourage you to know your history and know your heritage. I am so delighted to have my brother from social media. We met on social media about 6 years ago or something like that, but we never met in person. Brother MICAH LUBENSKY is in the house in the ATL, and we're broadcasting live from the 30th anniversary celebration of NAESM and their national annual African American Leadership Conference. And I'm just so excited just to have you here, man. Words can't express.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
I'm so glad to have you, man. Tell us a little bit about how you actually got involved with activism work and everything, and how far back you go as it relates to not just this industry, but even in the national Black LGBT movement.
Okay, so I'm from an activist family. I mean, my mother and my uncles were in the civil rights movement.
Really?
Yeah. Supposedly somewhere in like some Jet magazine from the 60s, a photo of my mom at a housing protest.
Wow.
Can't find it, but there's microfiche. So I'm from a family of activists.
Gotcha.
And then before I went to grad school, I was getting involved in some things too. And then when I was in grad school, I was involved with doing making sure there's diversity in LGBTQ spaces. And so I did a lot of work around that, and then a lot of anti-racism work.
Wow.
And then when I finished my degree, I jumped right into doing mobilizing for low-income Black LGBTQ folks.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I've been doing this since, I've been working professionally in this field since like 2004.
What inspired you to actually get involved? I know your family has an activism background, but personally speaking, tell us your personal testimony and what actually was that driving decision to say, you know what, this is what I want to do. This is what the Creator sent me here on this planet to execute. So yeah.
I know that's right. So I'm somebody with a really complex, full identity. I'm mixed race, Black and Jewish. Was raised in a community that was kind of accepting, kind of not, and was just not feeling like the racism in Southern California in the 80s that I was seeing. And I come from a family that was like, fight this bullshit. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Fight it, and I'm also, just being aware of what it means to have these injustices on a systemic level, not just between two people, but also like what it means when policy is unjust.
Absolutely.
What happens when social structures like laws and institutions are unjust, and you got to
when
fight.
it's founded upon that bullshit.
And exactly. And you have to organize to fight that on a larger scale. You can't just do one-on-one.
Absolutely.
And so when I was in my graduate work and I was looking at social justice issues, my specialty in graduate school was looking at social justice related to identity. I was just seeing all the connections. It was like, you know what, I'm not going to become a professor. I want to go and do applied social psychology. I'm a social psychologist by training. And so I just jumped into these are all the skills and the tools I learned about in graduate school about social psychology, social justice, and let me apply them to real world settings and try to make the world a better place.
Awesome.
And so that was, that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. I'm just like, I don't want to go to an office and feel like I'm just going to an office. I feel like I'm making a difference in the world.
Absolutely.
And so every time I've looked for a job that's outside of, once I finish my degree, it's like, it's got to make a difference in the world. In some way or another, and make me feel like I'm motivated to get out of bed and fight for our people.
Absolutely. What's in store for you now that we're in not just a new year, but a new decade? What's in store for you, and even with the organizations that you're involved with? What can you tell us about what's in store for you all?
Right, so I work at the PRIDE study, and that's the first ever long-term national study of LGBTQ health. It's based online at pridestudy.org. And
it's sort of like our own census study.
It is, for gender and sexual minorities, which is what the science world calls us, but we still call ourselves LGBTQ. But anyway, so it's the first ever long-term national study looking at mental, physical, and social health. And it's a fantastic opportunity for us to finally have our stories be told and know where we are in our health records, so that we can see where there are really health disparities beyond just STDs and HIV, right? Maybe we know some things about breast cancer for lesbians and bi-identified women, but there's a lot of things we don't know about our health.
Absolutely.
So I'm at the PRIDE study. I'm now the participant engagement director.
Awesome.
So I'm the one behind the hotline. I'm the one behind the contact at pridestudy.com, org. And so that's a big thrust of my life, right? And then another thing I'm doing is a lot of climate work, because I'm really concerned about the climate crisis.
Absolutely.
And if we want to have a future on this planet, we got to keep organizing and making changes now. So that's a lot of my effort as well when I'm not at work.
Absolutely. I'm so proud of you, buddy.
Thank you, brother. It's a real pleasure.
Y'all have to excuse us because, like I said, this is our very first time meeting in person. We've been following each other online for the past 6-7 years, and just to see him in person now is just so wonderful. So, for once again, find out more information about my brother Micah and everything about us at the information located at the bottom of the screen. We have more in store as we're broadcasting live from the 30th anniversary celebration of NAESM's annual leadership conference and their organization. Stay tuned for more because we have more interviews in store. Stay tuned. That was good, man.